Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a little Iron Man pencil topper, or you might like to use him as a finger puppet. So that's what we're going to be making today, and he also stands very nicely by himself like that when you don't have fumble fingers like me. We're going to be doing it on a single loom, so we're going to change the orientation with offset configuration like this, where columns 1 and 3 are slightly lower than column 2, and we're going to be double banding, which means you take 2 bands and you place them across the pegs together as if they were one. The arrow is facing towards us. If you don't have an arrow, it's the open part of the peg that's facing towards us. So let's get started. Now, we need to have a crossover band here, so I'm going to take a single band and stretch it across like that, and the same above, stretch it across like that. We're also going to have an end cap here, so take a single band, place your hook through it and wrap it once, twice and 3 times, and we will slide that onto that peg there. To do the mouth, I'm going to take a single black band, wrap it twice and pop it on top here like that. The eyes we're going to do a little bit differently, so and try and make sure that's not too badly twisted. Let's loop this up, dig down past the end cap to the 2 top red bands and loop them to the corresponding side. Same for the other side. Oops. There we go. Now we're going to dig down past the end cap, so push that back, grab the 2 gold, loop up. We're going to go under the bottom set of gold there and grab the 2, well, it's 1 band but it's got 2 loops to it. I'm going to get a smaller hook to do that. So grab the 2 loops and pull them around the back of that peg and over like that. Okay, then we loop up and loop up, up, and you will tie off. Oh, I can see I just nearly lost a red band there. Let's grab that one back. We'll tie off with 2 red bands. Push your hook through the back there, through that peg, pull them through to the back of this peg and take the one closest to you up, over and off and pull tight. We're ready to take the little face off the loom. Pull it into shape a bit. Okay, now for the eyes we're going to go with a single band and make it wider than the mouth. So poke your hook through the back of his head and pop out between the V of that gold band and pull to the back, and the same on the other side through the V. Grab the other loop, the other side, and pull to the back like that. Now we need to collect both sides. There we are. Let's make sure we've got it even. I think we do. And I'm going to loop one over the other like that. And then I'm going to take these red bands that we tied off with and pull them through. Oops, get back on there. That one loop like that. I don't want to distort the top of his head, but I do want them through that quite nicely. So there we go. There is his. There's his eyes and his mouth. I don't want him to be grinning like a loon. Okay. So we're going to start with his body next. You're going to turn your loom over, and we take off the big base. We're going to pop out the middle column of pegs, and we're going to start our first row with gold. So you take a single band and you're going to do a figure 8. And we're only using 6 pegs. So if you decide to do this on the monster tail, you need to only use 6 of the 8 pegs. So there we are, there's our layer of gold. Now we're going to do 2 layers of red. You don't twist these, you just place them on by stretching them across. This is layer number 2. We'll do layer number 3. Oops. And push everything down. Now you will want to make sure that the bands are placed on in a proper order. If you get them out of order, it makes it difficult when you take them off the loom. And taking them off is taking the 2 bottom ones and looping them over. 2 bottom, and in this case it's very easy because they're gold, but when you have all reds it can get a little bit confusing. That's why I say you should make sure you're quite careful when placing them. Okay, push down. Let's do layer number 4. And 2 bottom bands up and over. And push down. We're on 5. Now we're on 6. Push everything down. We're on 7. Now on this particular one, I'm going to take a single white band, I'm going to loop it on itself, and I'm going to place it on this peg, here, like that. Okay. I might even see if I can wrap it 3 times, not 2. Oops. There we go. Okay, so again, take the 2 at the bottom and loop over. And push down. We're on 8. And push down. Now we're on 9. Oops. Now on 9 we're going to do something again a little bit special. So we'll take 2 gold bands and place them here, and another 2 and place here. Take a single red band and wrap it once, twice, 3 times, and pop it on the end like an end cap. Like so. Push your hook down past that end cap and grab the gold bands and loop up. Take one off the loom and place here. Take the other off the loom and place here. We're now going to loop up the next set of the 2 at the bottom. And push down. Now we're on 10. Bottom 2, up and over. Now in this case we're going to do these 2 first and then the next 2. push down. Eleven. Bottom 2, up and over, and now we're on 12. 12 is our last one, and it's where we add the head. So to add the head, you're going to take the head and you're going to push your hook through the end cap at the bottom there. Grab 2 red bands, pull through. Now with the face facing forward, you're going to attach 1 loop there, and the other side over on the opposite direction. So his head is in the middle like that. Now first of all we're going to loop the arms up, which is 4 of the gold bands. So you're going to grab the gold bands, make sure you don't grab the red, and loop them over like that, and try and make it so that the well, it doesn't really matter because you can fiddle faff around with it after the fact. Now we need to take the 2 red at the bottom, up and over, 2 red at the bottom, up and over, all the way around. Take those 2 red at the bottom, up and over, and make sure it's just the 2 red. Then you're doing the next 2 red, so you should be left with 2 bands on your peg after you've done that. Now with this one you're going to take 4 off because we put 2 extra on for his head, if you remember. So 4 off and you're left with 2. 2 off, you're left with 2. 2 off, left with 2. This one we've got to take 4 off because we've got extra for the head. Take the first 2 and the second 2, and then 2 here, like so. We're going to take a hook, and starting from the back of his head we're going to work our way around, taking these 2 loops off our loom. Oh, that one tried to escape, but we caught him. Alright, take a single band red, and we're going to transfer these loops onto it like that, and then move to the back of his head with your hook and your other end of the band, reclaim, and you're going to take this one over and off and pull tight. You're going to splay that out, the loop that you've got left, and pop it over his head like so. These are his arms, so you can just pull those out a bit. And his arms are a bit high, you can do them lower if you choose. Now with these I'm going to move them under the mouth, if I can. I'm going to get another red band, I'm going to slide these bands on. I'm going to move them onto the red band, and I'm going to tie that off like that. I'm then going to hook, I'll use a finer hook here, hook it under here, and I'm going to splay it out and move it over his head. Now you might need to do that twice, that's okay, depending on the elasticity of your band. Okay, so spread his face out a bit, make sure that everything is as it should be. His arms, now you could actually do his arms down here a bit. I wanted to do them a little bit higher than his chest emblem. I'm just splaying out the inside. You could do that with the back of a spoon as well if you wanted to, just to stretch it out a bit like that. And if you don't want arms, you don't have to put them on either. You can just chop those off if you don't like how they look. I think they're rather cute. Then you're going to grab a pencil, and that's how he fits on to the pencil. Or if you have little fingers, like my daughter has tiny little fingers, he is a finger puppet, but he can also stand up by himself, be a little figure, but I quite like him on the end of a pencil. So I hope you have fun making him. Take care.